Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, nice meeting you. I'm Ariel Aguilar. I'm from Argentina. We're going to have a great announcement for you. I am part of BitcoinetaEU. So in case you're wondering what a Bitcoineta is, I'm going to show you this. It's an idea to travel on vans all around the world teaching people about Bitcoin. And this idea started in Bogotá, Colombia in 2017, in December, right at the pool hype, right? And somebody drew this graph on a piece of paper, and it all started there. A few months later, we had the first Bitcoineta in Buenos Aires around the middle of 2018, and this Bitcoineta has traveled through Argentina, Chile, Uruguay, Paraguay, Bolivia, and the south of Brazil. Then, when Bukele announced Bitcoin as legal tender, we tried to travel with this from Buenos Aires all the way to El Salvador, but we couldn't make it. So we, as a community in Argentina, gave as a gift to Bitcoin Beach this Bitcoineta, which is the second Bitcoineta in the world, the beach edition, to the people of El Zonte, right? Where they have Hope House, Chimbera, they still have it. And last year, this community decided to give also a gift to Bitcoin Ekasi in South Africa. So they bought this Toyota Land Cruiser and they converted it into this beautiful van with horns, all hyped up. And also last year, I met Fernando in a Bitcoin conference in Madrid. We met again in Lugano, Switzerland, in Plan B Forum. And I told Fernando about the Bitcoinetas, and he said, let's do one for Europe, right? And so, well, this is the South African. We did the European Bitcoineta, which is around park a few meters from here. So we've been traveling from in Europe since May. We've done all these countries. Here we have Michael Saylor. And this photo became a meme, right? I posted it on Twitter. And a meme Bitcoiner, he cropped this and he posted it. And I'm going to show you some memes out of this. So, well, we've been to Spain, Andorra, Switzerland, all the way to Istanbul, all the way to Oslo, Gibraltar, and Portugal. Almost 32,000 kilometers in 6 months. So, well, these are some of the memes, right? Getting looser. We're moving our digital energy through cyberspace, right? There is no second ride. Getting plebs. We're moving DC8s into cold storage. And even Trezor decided to make a meme of their own, right? We're going self-custody, right? So, well, this was hilarious. Like 500 different memes came out of this. Also, Michael Saylor was the first person to leave a message on the van, right? And that inaugurated that all the famous people in the Bitcoin ecosystem have left a message inside. And also, the regular people, when we go to a city, we meet with the people, they can also write something inside of the van. So we usually do these kinds of meetups. This is Malaga, Spain. This is also Spain, a different part of Spain. And I'm going to have only a minute and a half. So we have to recognize why we need to do Bitcoin evangelism, why we need to teach people about Bitcoin. And also, why, for example, differentiate Bitcoin from crypto? I think this is one of the main reasons. Still, the common culture is that Bitcoin is another cryptocurrency, that it's all the same. But we Bitcoiners, we feel that cryptos are more similar to fiat than what Bitcoin is, right? So cryptos are next to fiat, and we are on another page. So as Bitcoin doesn't have a company behind it, it doesn't have a marketing team, it doesn't have a marketing budget, we have to take it on our responsibility, right? We have to teach people, and we have to carry the message. So next year, we're going to do another tour. You can join the tour. This is our current idea of next year, doing in Spain, the UK, Scandinavia, Switzerland, Italy, and more. You can join the tour. The van has 3 seats. We're looking for locals. When we go to a country, do 1 month for a whole country. So you can join, and we also need your support. Every Bitcoineta needs your support. You can support it in any way you can. It could be donations. We carry books. You can buy the books, the T-shirts. You can also, for example, you could propose to make a new Bitcoineta for any country that, if you have the idea. You can come talk to us, and we can make it happen. All right. So, well, now I'm gonna hand it over to Jeff. He's gonna announce a new one, right? So.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ariel.
Josef. Yeah.
Thank you. A round of applause for Ariel. Very good friend. I'm very excited for what they have been doing in Europe. Their car is beautiful. We can still see it somewhere here around Amsterdam, right? The Bitcoineta, the European one.
Yeah, I mean, if you send us a message, yes.
Yeah, so talk to Ariel after that, and you can see the beautiful European Bitcoineta later while you're in Amsterdam. So my name is Josef. I work for Trezor, and I've been very busy this past 5 or 6 months with a new educational program that's focused on Bitcoin education, and we call it Trezor Academy. And the Bitcoineta Announcement, it's very closely tied to what we are doing and what we are trying to achieve with the Trezor Academy. So Trezor Academy, what is it? It's a Bitcoin-only educational initiative that consists of 3 physical meetups across various African communities. The curriculum, I have written that, and we are continuously improving that with our organizers in Africa. It's Bitcoin only, very strong focus on self-custody, getting the coins of the exchanges, and what's very important, it's for locals by locals, because myself, I have finally got Bitcoin when I was coming all the time to Bitcoin conferences and Bitcoin meetups. I could ask all kinds of questions. There are no stupid questions at Bitcoin meetups. You can follow up with your local Bitcoiner friends, and that's how you finally get it. So we were trying to find out what's the best way to teach Bitcoin to people who basically need it the most, and we came up with these series of 3 meetups where people learn the whys and hows of Bitcoin. So you can check it out on academy.trezor.io. And so far we did a Trezor Academy in 4 countries: Ghana, Uganda, Nigeria, and Cameroon. You can see some pictures from the meetups right here. And as I said, the locals are very important. So the organizers that do it, I want to give a shout out to them because they have been really brilliant. I've met so many enthusiastic Bitcoiners. So there's Harry the Eagle from Nigeria, Brendan Wiener from Uganda, Kauri Skume from Ghana, and Bitcoin Sophist from Cameroon. Please give them a follow on Twitter, amplify their message. What they're doing in their respective countries is really amazing. So, but we felt like we needed to do a little bit more. We are planting these Bitcoin seeds in local communities, the bottom-up adoption that works, face-to-face meetups, that's brilliant, but it's all basically reliant on one single place, like usually it's the capital city in those countries. So what we came up with next after the Trezor Academy, and we are still going to do the Trezor Academy in the future, was a 5th Bitcoineta. This one is the Bitcoineta for West Africa. It's going to be centered in Ghana. And we are running this 5th Bitcoineta with the help of Bitcoin Cowries, that's a Bitcoin community in Ghana. Right, so this is the car. It's going to undergo like repairs or refurbishing. We'll have some sweet Bitcoin art on it, like we have seen with the previous Bitcoinetas. It's a car that, as you can see, it's very suitable to the African roads. It's an off-road pickup, Land Rover Defender. And we already have some roadmap. So over the next year, this Bitcoineta is going to stop by at least 4 countries: Ghana, Togo, Benin, and Nigeria. Right? This is, we have the roadmap up until December. And you might be wondering why West Africa? Why are we centering it in Ghana and call it the Bitcoineta West Africa? From what we found out, it seems like the best place besides Bitcoin Ekasi, besides South Africa, where they already have a Bitcoineta, to actually run this Bitcoin education on the wheels, let's say. Because in West Africa, there's this ECOWAS union where you have 15 member states. Some of them are suspended right now, but you can travel visa-free if you are a local in between 11 countries. And Ghana is right over here, Nigeria is right over here, and these two countries are quite important for Bitcoin in Africa because Nigeria is the single largest, most populous country in Africa. It's also the most important economy in Africa. Over 230 million people, it's quite crazy. And the Bitcoin adoption in Nigeria is very strong. It's often mentioned as one of the countries where the share of the population that tried Bitcoin is basically the largest one. In Ghana, what they are doing is there's this Bitcoin Cowboys community, and there's an Africa Bitcoin conference. It's going to happen in December. I will invite you to that a little bit later. And yeah, I also forgot, in Nigeria, the largest country in Africa, you also have CBDC. It's like a testing laboratory for CBDC, and we have to fight against that. So with Bitcoin adoption, Bitcoin education, we are fighting against these CBDC Orwellian constructs. So that's why I think it's very important. The same reason is the CFA franc. Maybe if you know Alex Gladstein, Human Rights Foundation, he has been writing quite a lot about the CFA franc, which is basically a type of fiat currency that's organized by France. They don't have any financial sovereignty in these countries. They don't have their own currencies. They have the CFA franc, and it sucks. It's a very bad form of fiat money. So Bitcoin is growing like crazy. The Bitcoin adoption is growing like crazy in this region, and all it basically needs to push it a little bit forward is even more education. So how is this funded, the Bitcoineta West Africa? We have to buy the car, we have to refurbish it, we have to support the community, to run the car, go to Bitcoin meetups and stuff. So it's funded by a new product that we launched right here, the Trezor Safe 3 Bitcoin only. And as Maciej said, 21 euros from each sale of this new Bitcoin only limited edition is going to our Trezor Academy initiative, including the Bitcoineta. And why are we doing it as a company? It's mostly my initiative that we actually started to run the Trezor Academy, and then we came up with the Bitcoineta West Africa. And a big inspiration for me has been Alex Gladstein's book, Check Your Financial Privilege. He also runs Oslo Freedom Forum with the Bitcoin track for the past 2 years, an awesome conference where you can meet a lot of Bitcoiners from Africa and like dissidents from Africa that are using Bitcoin because anything else basically doesn't work. And also the Africa Bitcoin Conference in Ghana. Last year there was a first year. This time there's a second year. And last year I was at like 14 Bitcoin conferences around the world. And this one, the Africa Bitcoin Conference, was the single best one because Bitcoin adoption in there, it's real. It's real stories by real people for whom Bitcoin means actual functioning money, not just speculation, not some investment, but actual money that works and helps them prosper and even survive. So the reason why we are doing Trezor Academy, Bitcoin only education, and Bitcoineta West Africa is we want to spread Bitcoin awareness and the whys and hows of Bitcoin in communities where it matters the most. So as I said, I would like to invite you to afrobitcoin.org, Africa Bitcoin Conference. It's happening in Accra, Ghana, December 1st to 3rd, where we are actually going to present and hand over the Bitcoineta West Africa to Bitcoin Cowboys, to their local Bitcoin initiative. As I said, one of the best conferences I've been to. I hope to see you there. And I really love the saying that Bitcoineta doesn't stop. And I believe it really plays into what Bitcoin is about, because Bitcoin doesn't stop. It's working 24/7 for almost 15 years now. Bitcoiners don't stop in spreading the message, and Bitcoineta then doesn't stop. And I'm very happy that we could provide the world with the 5th Bitcoineta that's spreading the Bitcoin message. So thank you very much. I'm right on time. That's good. This is the new Bitcoin, the Twitter account for Bitcoineta West Africa. You can follow us, you can ask questions, you can engage. And maybe if anybody is watching from the West African region, from the recording, you can reach out to us at bitcoinetawa@proton.me, and we can discuss like where Bitcoineta can go next once it's done. Okay, so thank you very much, and you can talk to me after this talk if you want to know any more. Thank you.
Thank you, Miami, for the last 3 years in this amazing city. The whole world shut down, but Miami welcomed us with open arms. We want to show Bitcoin to the whole world. We are taking the conference on the road to set the stage for Bitcoin in a new city. Nashville. Bitcoin 2024 is coming to Nashville in Tennessee, a city that is known as a music and freedom city. Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville from July 25th to 27th.